So, what is magic? The oldest definition of magic I could find from the 14th century was producing marvels using hidden natural forces. The origin of the word is going all the way back to ancient Persia, relating to the Magi. In English you would say magus. And its root means the power, or to be able to, or to help. The origin of the word coming from Persia. So basically, what was someone has magic, a magi, a magus, or a magician, was someone that could use natural forces, could be astrology, herbs or plants, in order to get a particular effect. It later, well, why am I saying later? Gradually, when it moves into Europe, became more associated with, say, using words and illusions in order to produce an effect. So in the Irish tradition, musicians and poets and anyone who had a command of language, anyone who was able to write, was considered to have magic powers. And there was, in fact, laws regulating it, because it was so powerful. If you could write a poem slandering someone, you could destroy their lives, and that's effectively what a curse is. Also, people who had high knowledge of engineering skills and science were also considered to have magical powers. This was true in Ireland and Greece as well. Then there was a revival of the magic tradition in the 19th century. In the 20th century, more Eastern forms of magic became more popular in the West. But there are still we call them mystery schools, schools that teach real magic from real old magic books going back thousands of years. Still alive today in Europe. I live in Malta. They're active in Malta, becoming louder. In Ireland, they are everywhere. They have been in secret for hundreds of years. Now they get to be more public. If you go to where the Irish Parliament building is, there's the National Library, you can get the magic book of W.B. Yeats, a very famous Irish writer. And he was a member of the Order of the Golden Dawn, and he legitimately contacted angels and spirits. He became super famous. In the Royal College of Physicians in London, you can go there. You can find the works of John Dee, who was a famous doctor, and he also wrote magic books. Like, evidence, once you start getting into this and you start reading about it and you start seeing the symbols, you notice that lots of people in the music and the film industry are clearly into magic by the symbols and how they write the stories. Because, like I said, if we can use, I'm going to use illusions for example, if we can use illusions to produce an emotional effect on a physical level, if you want to break it down onto a biological level, we're effectively just using words to alter our hormones. I have to lock that because there's a red team that's trying to get in. Yeah, so I could take music for example. Most people don't know how music is made. Most people don't really understand what it is. But when you listen to the song itself isn't real. The song is something that your brain has created for you to understand what the frequencies are. That might sound strange, but on a physical level, if you say you have a record player, it's just a bunch of notches on a black thing that makes noises, and those noises vibrate. It's just a bunch of vibrating noises that we like. And the theory of music is that we use particular musical scales and systems because they help us. They help us map out our emotions, and we evolved to try identify other people's emotions based on the tones that they're using. Fast forward to now, people use music to get happy, they use to connect with emotions, they use music to even engineer music so you can buy certain products in a shopping centre. That's a real thing. And when I was studying to be a DJ, you learn to DJ in such a way that you get people to actually drink more. That's a real thing. So for people who are not aware of this stuff, people in the media are manipulating people to buy things. And and in the old days, that would be considered black magic. So for me, I see magic as an art of using my illusions to discover my true will. And at the moment, using things that are considered to be magic. First, tarot cards. It's all based on astrology, Kabbalah, energy work, going all the way through Jewish tradition, Greek tradition, Aristotle, Egypt, Phoenicians. This is magic. If you don't believe me, then okay, cool. Book a tarot reading with me then. And I also use music and breathing practices to go into trance states. And on a biological, scientific level, I mean, yeah, it's just it's just manipulating your hormones and your adrenal glands to have particular feelings. But I do get visions. I do get messages. I do get direction in my life, and it is useful for me. So, if I was to give you my brief on how do angels, demons, and spirits go into a thing, I kind of go into, well, using the tarot framework, we're all one being. And we can logically and rationally understand our emotions and feelings and why they exist. But that's not accessible for most people. For most people, it will be easier to describe things as angels, demons, and spirits. Like there's a smoking demon. Or a angel of apples. And kind of understanding this, let's say, as the Quran phrases angels, I mean, they're all just messages of the one existence. And from subjective level, biologically speaking, everything we experience is just us. And every strange feeling we don't understand is a part of ourselves that we don't understand. And we use science to work it out. We can use tarot cards, or we can contact angels and demons. Again, sorry, I'm using this word demon. The word demon originally doesn't necessarily mean evil. Spirits, whatever. Spirits, as I said, all these different angels and spirits and gods, whatever, they just represent a part of ourselves that we want to connect with. And it's fact that you can use music to do it, and you can use poetry to do it, and you can use art to do it, you can use movies to do it. It's a fact. It's magic.